You are now tuned into Sparring Minds with my man Charlie Hustle. Chef Main Topic, Mr. Mirror Time, Sammy. Can't forget High Tower, aka High Tower. And on the ones and twos, your boy Dr. Rock your face off DJ Payne. We got sports, current events, social issues, main topics, mirror time, and much, much more. Let's get it.
Payne, what up, baby?
I'm out here in these streets.
Sparring Minds, what's really good, as you can see, we're working with a skeleton crew tonight. Got your boy Charles Jones here.
Your boy DJ Payne, I'm out here in these streets.
Getting that bread, huh? Getting that bread, getting that guap, getting that Skrilla. We can always appreciate that. We can always appreciate that. We're going to have the homie Sammy Little rocking with us here in a few minutes as he gets his situation settled, so we appreciate that. Always salute to the bros, Jermaine and High Tower, as they go through their situations at home. We'll get y'all back here next Friday, hopefully, and we can have the whole team together at once then. But so first off, Payne, what's good? I spoke to you all week, brother. What's really good with you?
Shit, man, you know me, just working, trying to maintain.
What up?
About to get my deck built for the summer so we can have that Sparring Minds pool party.
Let me know, baby. We already in there. There. Just name the dates. George, what's good? Miss Tony, how you doing, sis? It's it's a great Friday night, man. We're gonna have a good time up here, and hopefully talk about some things everybody wants to get into, and obviously, matter of fact, Payne, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the comments here. If you guys feel like joining the show, feel free to join the show, man. We're an open platform from now on, B. So you guys definitely jump in and rock out with us. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, Payne. And as I do that, bro. We was getting ready to celebrate something, wasn't we?
Yeah, 1,000 members. We got 1,000 members. That's crazy.
Yes, sir. That's
crazy.
That's dope, man.
Alone, right?
That's dope, Payne.
That's a lot of love.
That means they're rocking with us out here. That means that they appreciate the movement. They appreciate what we're doing. You know what I mean? So salute to the 1,000 members of the Sparring Minds community. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all for sure. I want to get into a couple of different things, Payne, if you don't mind. I mean, we're gonna skip the politics. We know what politics is. Like that's never going anywhere. That's always show content. But I think I always like to start out with strange news. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of strange news, and then I think what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of People's Court. How that sound to you? We'll do some People's Court.
Sounds good to me.
And then we'll do a Ask Chuck, because we got a double dose of that. So we'll have a pretty good show here. Let me give you the strange news, Payne, and you tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
So, there was a woman who was driving impaired. Alcohol was at play, and she hit another vehicle head on, coming from a different direction, and unfortunately killed both of those individuals in that car. Right? The lady. I don't have her name, and that's terrible. I don't have her name, so I apologize. But the lady who caused the accident didn't pass away. This is up in Colorado, by the way, Payne. And so she was charged in the accident, but in a strange twist, 2 other individuals were charged. Here's the story. 2 liquor store employees were sentenced for selling alcohol to a woman who was then later involved in the car accident.
Wow.
Let me give you some details, Payne, because that wow is going to get bigger and bigger. So the first part of the details is that the alcohol this lady bought from the store, she didn't even drink. This was in her back seat. She came into the store drunk. Right? So now these women are being sentenced. The 2 ladies in Colorado who work at the liquor store are sentenced, and the products that they sold, the lady didn't even consume. That's the first part, right?
Okay.
So the state is saying that they hit her with $800, hit the employees with $800 in fines, training for intervention in the future. And they had to write apology letters to the families of the deceased here. But also, I guess the state is saying that you shouldn't have sold this lady alcohol because she came into your liquor store already impaired. And that's where you're at fault. Is that fair to you?
It's not, but I know that law from when I worked. Big shout out to all the staff at Alex's in Stoughton. I used to work part-time there as security. And the owner let us know if anyone comes smelling like weed, looks drunk, looks high, we can't let them in, because if we sell them a drink and they get into an accident, the club gets faulted. And I never heard of it happening until now with that liquor store. So if someone's drunk, they're not supposed to sell them liquor.
And Nina, thank you. I don't think it's a tips thing, because Nina's saying that, and pardon me, I should be able to get these up on the screen. So y'all pardon me, we're working with some difficulties on my end and trying to get some of this stuff handled here. But no, this is not a tips thing, because these are regular liquor store employees. These are just people behind the counter. You know what I mean? Who are selling you something. Okay, $19.99. Here's your bag. You all set. This ain't tips. This ain't a bartender. It's not Alex's, as you was using Payne. Like, if that was the case, I could understand it. I just sold you a product that you didn't even use.
I think it's just anyone that has a liquor license thing, though. Because, I mean, and if that's the case, then they need to sit their asses outside. Well, most of the time, the motherfuckers ain't driving. But sit their ass outside of any liquor store in the hood, because them motherfuckers will sell it to anyone that come in there falling down drunk. They don't give a fuck.
Payne, should you, though? Like, as a product provider, right? It's not my responsibility. I guess maybe it should be. I can't govern how you use the product that I'm selling you. They could have went into a grocery store and bought something and misused that product. But in this case, they didn't even use the product, and I'm at fault.
Right. So I think they shouldn't be at fault because she didn't drink whatever she bought from them.
That makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, if they got wasted off of the bottles that I sold them, I can understand it. You know what I'm saying? But this is a case where they didn't even crack my bottles open. You dig? And then salute to the two employees. Like, I'd be sick. But again, $800 in fines, some training, write some letters. The problem is, when you're writing letters, now you're admitting fault, right? Now you're saying, yeah, I'm the villain in the story, when you really weren't, in my opinion. Right. Sammy, what up, bro?
Oh, Sammy.
Oh, man.
Pardon us, Sparring Live listeners. The Sam is going to enter the show making all kind of noise. And
first,
yeah. So that was a weird story, Payne, and I came across it in the news. Of course, Colorado's a weird state in and of itself, so we're not going to deal with that too much. But it was weird, and I wanted to bring it to you to get your thoughts on it. I have a people's court. Hold on one second.
Yo,
Sparring mind,
podcast etiquette.
Come on, man. come on, man. Yeah. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do, brother. Let's get focused. We're going to go into people's court. How's that?
You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole trial's out of order. They're out of order.
It's time for people's court.
So yeah, now we're back. And so for people who've been listening to the show for quite some time, People's Court is where we read a case that may be going on somewhere throughout the world, and kind of weigh in on whether or not we think people are guilty or innocent, right? So I'm gonna read you two different cases, Little and Payne, and actually I think what we're gonna do here too is we're gonna give away some merch. We'll find some merch we have in the archives. We'll give away some merch. We good, Sammy? Like, what's really good out here, B? Like,
What? You hear all that?
come on, brother.
The madhouse.
Jesus.
Hey, it's a party going on here. You know, they celebrating, you know, the young one's birthday.
Salute to the young king. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give away some merch. And so what I want the listeners and you do too is listen out for this. There's one key phrase in both of these situations I'm gonna read to you that kind of help you tie it together, right? So listen out for that. We'll give away some free merch. You think you know the answer? Throw it in the comments. Hit us up on the Facebook page. Either way you want, we're open to whatever. So here's the first case. When Pennsylvania cops responded to an emergency call at a mobile home in 2000 for Robert Taylor told them his wife Toby had accidentally electrocuted herself with a hairdryer and died. When the police began doubting the details, Taylor admitted he'd electrocuted her while delivering electric shocks via nipple clamps.
That's fucked up.
Rest in peace.
He was arrested and charged with reckless endangerment and involuntary manslaughter. Payne, let me start with you. Is it RIP, bro? Is it send him home? Or is it nah, get him the fuck out of here? What's our stance on it?
Get him the fuck out of here. If he did it on purpose, like, wait, so he electrocuted her on purpose, like trying to kill her, or he electrocuted her on purpose on some freaky shit?
I think they were just on some freak shit. She was
that
like, honey, go in the second drawer, get my nipple clamps. We about to get it in.
Oh, let that man go.
This nigga put the fucking the power on max.
Yeah, he hooked it up to a car battery. Like, come on, man. What the fuck? How you kill her with that? Like, that's meant to it's meant to stimulate, not kill some. Unless she had a weak heart and he didn't know, but still.
Yes,
But send that man home, man.
What color were these people?
We're gonna assume they were clear. That's my assumption.
Clear.
I mean, they were having fun. It was supposed to be fun. I mean, it wasn't something that he intended to do. Nah, let that man live, man.
Yeah, that's too bad, bro. You know, you having fun on a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? You saw something in the video you wanted to try out. You went down to your local Amazins. You know what I mean? You came out of there with a little black bag. Thought you was gonna get right. You know what I mean? And then now you end up on the news. You know what I mean? It's some shit like this. So, bring that dude home. Bring that dude home, man. Like,
that's a good question. Faye said, "Can he sue the manufacturer?" Which he should.
Yeah. I think you should.
I would think that qualifies as a malfunction.
Yeah. That's a good question. That's a legit question. I got it up. All right, well, let's go. I think we all agree. Bring bro home. You're on probation, bro. Knock it off with the nipple clamps. Until you get some etiquette training, until you know how to handle such material.
Right. Turn the dial down to 5.
Come on, man. 3 is fine, B. Right. She don't need 11. It's not necessarily B. But bring him back home, man. Here's the second case I got for you.
Involuntary manslaughter, huh?
Yeah, well, here's the second case. Donna Lange, this is up in Everett, Washington, 51 years old, was accused of smothering her boyfriend to death with her enormous breasts. This happened during a drunken argument in 2013. The 5'7" man had allegedly been heard calling, "Get off!" after 14. Lange threw herself on top of him in their mobile home. She later faced manslaughter charges.
Oh, man. I'm hot.
Sammy, are we bringing the sis home, or you want to throw her under the jail?
Nah, she's under the jail. Truthfully, I thought you said. Nah, I truthfully thought she was sitting on his face or something like that. But no. But with her titties?
Yeah.
They have to be huge.
Listen. I'm
That
explain.
have to be.
Let me explain to you something about ways to die. Right? Like, there's a million ways to die out here. Right? Like, you can die any manner of ways: by hit by a bus, electrocuted by nipples, or whatever the fuck was going on. My nigga out here died from 2 enormous titties. Like, there are worse ways to go. Pain. Like, so where are you with this, Pain? Like, you want her to do 100 years or bring her home?
Well, the man said get off. So that's a warning that I can't breathe. So she's going to have to get some kind of time. But, I mean, if they was, like, again, getting their freak on, let's
Pain,
just go, man.
you know what I say about this, bro? Shame on the dude. Listen, when you were shopping for this chick, you know what she was holding in her bra, B.
Yeah.
You know what it really was. And you knew at some point you were going to be in danger of titular suffocation.
Listen, niggas got to date their weight.
That was a possibility, B. Like, you knew what was really good.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, between us three, hold on. Okay, Sparring Minds listeners, we're going to put y'all on a quick break. Don't move. We're going to be right back. Between us three, I've been in danger of suffocation by titties, bro.
Huh? I don't know. Niggas got to know how to date their weight.
I ain't nothing to do with weight, bro.
Listen.
You got big titties without being
Yeah,
big.
come on, knock it off. Don't do that, bro.
Date your weight, man.
Nah, stop.
If you can't handle it, leave it alone. You can't handle it, leave it alone.
I've seen plenty of small girls with some tig old bitties.
Yeah, facts, dog.
That means, and if she's suffocating you, then maybe she's not your weight. Leave her alone. You need somebody a little bit smaller.
No, that's when you go ahead, you man up, you grab them some bitches, you move them around a little bit so you can get some air, and then you put them back in, bro.
Listen, this nigga's 5'7".
Yeah, he was a little nigga.
So he was not able to move them.
Now, fuck out of here, B. Fuck out of here. I'm never going to blame her for saying, here, take these titties. And he being like, oh, no, I might die. I don't want them. Like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Date your weight, man. Date your weight, man.
Nah, I can't condone that. So yeah, that was People's Court. And we'll bring those up from time to time just to discuss what's happening around the world. And I think in these 2 cases here, I speak for the group when I say these are miscarriages of justice.
Yeah.
Send those people home, man. Send those people home. Any salutes, any shout outs before we move on, guys?
Big shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. Joe, I see you. George, the Real Housewives of Sparring Minds, I see y'all. Nina, I see her.
Nina.
Talia, what's up? We see you out there.
Yeah, Talia. Oh, George. Yeah, George.
What up?
Yeah, George. I don't always wear hats. George.
Don't forget, if y'all want to be part of the show, man, click in the link. The link is on the bottom.
Come on home, man. We're here for you. Join the conversation with us, man.
Yeah.
What other shout outs we got, Sammy?
Shout out to my cousin, Bernard, for opening up Bobby's Fish. You know, he's trying to do his thing over there off of Bowden. Shout out to him. I went down there, helped him out a little bit, came back home. Everybody's like, get the fuck out of the house, go take a shower.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We've seen the pictures of you on Facebook over there doing the right thing with that to help out. So that's salute to that. They at the hood, like, are there specials going on? How can we promote? How can we help them out?
I mean, you'll see things coming up. I mean, we'll post things in the group. He'll be online real soon. I have a page out real soon. Thanks, Kia Gray, for coming on down. She came down today. Had a quick chat with her about Dave Nichols. Thank you very much for your support today.
Salute, word up. That's real shit. Anytime you can support something in the hood, man, Sparring Minds, I'm gonna support that. We're always with that.
Oh, and also we got Mitch Hercules. I think he's doing what is it? It's a basketball clinic for MLK Day. Monday, matter of fact, at the Dana Barrows up in Stoughton. A couple of good guys out there. Training the kids. If I'm not sure, I think Spence is going to be there. Big baller here in Boston. Mitch Hercules himself. Jose is going to be there also, so should be cool.
Yo, let me just say this, man, and I don't say this enough. I've known Mitch since I was like 12, right, 11, something like that.
Mhm.
Like, there's no better dude in the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms
Yeah.
of things that he's doing for the youth,
Mhm.
charity, like that. Like, come on, man. He's top shelf. Top shelf. Hopefully, we can get him on the show one day and just chop it up with him, man. Because he got his hand in so many different avenues, man. He's really a great dude, man. Like pure great dude.
This is like 15 years. 15 years. You know, he's like one of the. He actually might be the pioneer of all this stuff that's going on out here, the training and everything that's going on. Everybody took the blueprint from Mitch.
I totally agree with that, man. I totally agree with that. So salute to the bro, man. Hopefully we can get him on here soon, and we'll have a good time with Mitch. I do got another shout out. Actually, shout out Wifey for making the Grape Crush. This is my shit.
It ain't too strong for you?
It's a little strong. It's a little strong. But I didn't want to say shit because she made it virgin earlier. So now she's trying to be funny out here. You know what I mean? Come on, man. But I did have another shout out for a young lady down in Orlando named Flavian. I'm sure I fucked it up. I apologize, sis. You're a legend in my book. Flavian Carvalho. Now, she's a waitress at a restaurant named Mrs. Potato in Orlando, right? And what happened down there is two adults came in with an 11-year-old son to have dinner at a restaurant, right? The two parents sit on one side and the child sits on the other side, opposite them, right? Mm-hmm. The waiter, Flavian Carvalho, recognizes that the parents are now eating their dinner, but the kid's not eating, right? This is weird to her. It threw up a red flag. So she also notices that the child has bruises on his face and arms. Again, this is weird to her, which is incredible that she notices all this, right? Because most waitresses are so busy trying to get the order in and out, they don't take an extra second to see what's really good, right? I agree, sis. I agree. She's absolutely a hero. So what happens is she sees the child's bruises, she sees the treatment that's happening here, and so this waitress writes a letter saying, hey, are you okay? Nod yes, right? Nod yes, if whatever. The waitress stands behind the parents so they don't see her, but only the child sees. After a couple of minutes, the child's like, I'm not okay. Giving the kind of head indication like, no, I'm not okay, right? This waitress calls the Elroys. Mm-hmm. The Elroys come down, lock up the parents, right? The child, I'm going to read the details. I don't want to fuck this up. The child tells the cops that he was on punishment, that the father often ties him in ratchet strap ties around his ankles and his neck.
Damn.
When he's at home, they hang him upside down on the door. They beat him with a wooden broom, and they handcuff him to a mobile dolly at their home. This shit is outrageous to me, right?
Wow.
The fucking disgusting. The father is now facing time for abuse, and the mother is getting time for neglect. All of this happens because one waitress said, all right, I can just bring you your food and leave. But nah, there's more to the story here. And I'm gonna step up and do something civically, just as a humanitarian. That's super incredible. You know what I mean? So, we do a lot of salutes on this show, bro, but this lady's top 5 in terms of salute she's gonna get from Sparring Minds, man. So salute to you, Miss Carvalho, down in Orlando, man.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Like,
salute.
Child abuse, man. Come on, man.
It's a no-go for me. That's one of them. Man. That's one of them crimes where I think it's punishable by death.
I'm with you, Peng. 100%. 11 years old, man.
I believe in an ass whooping. An ass whooping ain't child abuse to me.
Come on,
But
man.
like this shit is abuse.
This
like,
is abuse.
That's crazy.
Nigga.
You don't treat a human like that. You don't even treat a dog like that. Like
Yeah, true that.
Oh man, that's incredible, man. So I'm thankful that the waitress was able to step in there and really get him out of a fucked up situation, man.
Yeah. Is there any word on who they're gonna find to watch over him? I mean, that's his mom and pop. So I mean, is there any next of kin or
you never know?
The system.
Yeah, I think it's the system, and that's the sad part.
And yeah, that's crazy right there.
That's the sad part about it because you don't know what the other family is like, right?
Yeah.
Like
you could go from one fucked up situation to another.
To another one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's sad, but at least he's out of that immediate danger. What else happens next? We hope it's better. So salute to Flavian Carvalho down in Orlando, man. I got a couple of topics I want to get into tonight, fellas, if that works for y'all. Let me start with one. And I think the beauty of this show is that I know myself and Sammy, we have sons. Mostly on our show here, when we have the full crew, it's really built around fathers of daughters. So we're gonna leave pain on the island for this show. That's a nice little feel for now. That's okay, right? So you gotta imagine like we know. So let me give you a case here. We got two of these we're gonna talk about. These are combined ass chucks for today. Go ahead, Lil.
But this is I mean, Facebook said Cavani's gonna have a son later on. I think yeah, it did pull up Cavani was
brother.
Yeah, he did say that, but Facebook never lies. So we'll see.
Not never.
Shit, Facebook a motherfucking lie that time.
but I'm sorry. Let's get into it. I mean,
let's do it. Yeah. So your son comes home frantic with blood on his shirt. He said, Dad, I didn't mean it. You're like, yo, what's going on? What's really good? He says, I took my girl to watch a movie. And there was this white guy behind me. And he called me a nigger and poured soda over my head. I turned around and I punched him in his face. When I did, he fell back, hit his head up against the iron, and died. What's your next move as his father?
Jeez.
Ooh.
See, Sparring Minds listeners, we don't come here with no love and hip hop topics, B. Like we do this out here.
Use your brain when you tune into us, man.
Talk to me, Little. Let's start it off, baby. What you gonna do?
Wait a minute. So where were they at again?
They went to a movie theater. He took his girl to go watch a movie.
So they're in the movie theater. But he hit this dude, and this dude fell and hit an iron.
Yes, sir. White dude poured soda over his head, called him a nigger, so he punched him in his face.
That's assault, brother.
It is assault. I mean, it is self-defense. Damn, shit. Oh, shit. Wait, and he was able to get home.
He got home.
Police allowed him to get home.
Maybe he got out of there before the police got there.
All right. Well, listen, son. We're gonna sit in this house until somebody comes. If no one comes and identify you, then okay, then you're off the hook. But other than that, shit. That's. We don't know what the fuck happened to him. He fell. That's all it is. But they come to that door. Like, I mean, we got to speak the truth. What happened? I mean, tell them what happened. You got assaulted. One thing led to another, and I was out of there. I didn't know what happened to him. He hit the ground. I was gone. Whatever. I mean,
where you at with this?
I'm with Jenna and Sammy on this one. Like, my inner lawyer kicked in immediately when you said he poured soda on him. That's assault, brother. I can defend myself. Bam, I hit you. You accidentally fell. That's not my fault. I was defending myself. So self-defense, I think the most, if they could give your son anything, would be involuntary manslaughter if that. But he was defending himself, so self-defense.
Here's what y'all are missing, and I love the comments by Nina and even Faye. Some great comments here. Here's what y'all are missing, man. Y'all are missing the fact that we live in the United States of America, right? You have just, in the eyes of the United States of America, murdered a white man. That's what you've done, right? Never in the history of ever have they cared about why we would have killed a white man in the United States of America, right? They're immediately going to throw him under the jail. That's what's going to happen. We don't get listen, facts. Lee Angel, that's an absolute fact. We don't get self-defense. That's an absolute fact. So I am immediately, no, that's not true. I'm not going to Google it because I already know it in the back of my head. There are 13 countries, I think, that have no extradition. That's where my son is going. We're driving to Mexico. You'll get a flight out of Mexico to one of those no extradition countries. I won't hear from you again, but you will not be rotting in American jail. There's under no circumstances will your son not do jail time for this. Never. It won't work that way.
Only
We're
if
going to
there's
be out here with new hashtags, new posters, new Black Lives Matters subtitles. Not for my son, bro. You out of here.
So you don't really believe that they'll thoroughly investigate this, check and see if there's any cameras in the area? You don't believe in none of that? I mean, it was in the movie theater.
There's witnesses. There's a witness.
Are y'all kidding me, bro?
I'm just saying. I mean,
it's not like I still believe, like you said.
No.
So I can't fault that view either.
No, I can't fault that view.
I can't let my son go into a justice system that I know is unjust. You understand what I'm saying? If I knew they were going to play it by the book, I'd say, okay, let's take our chances with the truth. Not here, bro.
Nina's saying that running away makes it even worse. You don't think? You don't think it makes it worse?
I don't. Because, again, now we're talking about freedom, right? He's going to go to jail for 100 years, guaranteed. Guaranteed. We agree there, right? There's no way they're going to let my son come home.
He's doing manslaughter at the least. He's doing manslaughter.
So what's that, 10 years minimum?
I think it's 10, yeah.
Yeah, I think manslaughter's 10. So you're doing a decade. No way. No way. No way. Come on, Nisi. You know better than that. Shout out to Nisi. She's a regular listener for the show, man. We appreciate you tuning in. Come on, knock it off. Civil rights is a myth.
But hold up. So you'd rather him do a lifetime away from his family instead of just 10 years?
Yes. He can go rebuild. He can go rebuild somewhere else.
Yeah, but he's still away from you.
He's away from everyone.
That's okay. That's okay. Again, that's me speaking.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
What do you think? Tell me about it. What you saying?
If
If
he's gonna have to do, let's say he does manslaughter the 10 years, I'd rather the 10 years instead of never seeing my son again, because that's basically life.
Yeah.
Well, is it pain? Why can't you go visit him?
Because once the FBI sees you flying back and forth to that same country every now and then, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck's over there?"
Well played.
Exactly.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Listen, pain. His life is ruined. Let's say he does good time and comes home in 7. His life is ruined. Where's he going to be working? You know, is he going to get a fair job ever? He's a felon forever. Come on, man.
Well, Jenna just said, her and her ex, they discussed it, and they will all get up and move.
Incredible, man. Incredible.
Could.
Yeah, and I see that.
I mean, that might be a lot better than sending him over there by himself.
Yeah, I agree. But now, no more social media. You can hang that shit up.
It is what it is.
No more cell phones, but you're able to live You know what I mean? Without being a felon for something that's obviously unjust. So yeah, Jenna, like he hit the nail on the head, man. Come on, it don't get no
7
better.
to 10.
Yeah, come on, man. My son's not serving 7 or 10.
But
Come on.
the thing, if your son is really a good kid too, that whole 7 to 10 ain't gonna be served.
Yeah, but what about the ramifications after that, Payne? That's what we're talking about here.
Kiana says there's no justice for black men or boys.
Yeah, of course.
But
Kiana knows what it is.
I see a lot of ex-cons doing well for themselves now, a lot more so than back in the day, but it still is like, yeah, you're stacking the deck against yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's if you believe in prison reform. You know what I mean? Like now you believe in some of those things that I don't necessarily believe in. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't believe that prison makes people better. And so my son going to jail for 7 years is not going to help him. He's probably going to come home with some kind of mental.
Oh, you have PTSD once you leave there.
Of course.
I worked in the jail and I have PTSD.
Of course. Of course you do. And so, come on, man. Jenna hit the nail on the head. I didn't think of that. But we out of here. We're going to hop in the car, get a flight out of Mexico. You're not going to catch me at fucking U.S. Customs. Nah, baby. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Okay.
So, we appreciate y'all comments. Always keep those comments coming through. Let me go to the second point, the second ass chuck for tonight, and I labeled it 5 minutes. So here's the situation, fellas. Well, that's assuming that we don't have anything else you want to add to that.
Nah.
Okay. So here's the other one. It's called 5 minutes. Similar to our last story, your 21-year-old son. Now I'm giving an age there specifically for a reason. Your 21-year-old son comes home and says, "Dad, I'm going to my room. I'm pissed off." Okay, nigga, like whatever. What's going on? What's the problem? I just had a fight with my girl. Okay, whatever. Go to your room. You think it through. 30 minutes later, there's a knock on your door. You go to the door in your pajamas. You watching the game now. You got to pause the game and shit. The fuck is this? I didn't order nothing. You go to the door. Some nigga at your door like, "Yo, is your son home?" "Yeah, my son's here. Why?" "I need 5 minutes with your son, B." "You need 5 minutes with my son for what?"
Yeah, exactly.
He points to his daughter in the car, and his daughter has a black eye. What's your next move as your son's father?
You want to go first, Sammy?
I'll let you go. You can go ahead. Unless you want me to go ahead. I mean, it's either or.
I'll go ahead. So I'm calling my son to the door. First off, dog ain't touching my son. That's off rip. He ain't touching my kid. Secondly, I'm telling him to have his daughter come up, talk next to him, bringing my son over, asking him what the fuck happened. My son hit her, and it wasn't like something where she's coming at him with a knife or a bat or some shit like that. My son's having 5 minutes with me. Never mind him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna beat my son's ass once y'all go, but you're not touching my son. I'll handle it. Because I was raised to never touch a woman unless it's a situation where you need to get out of there, like she's trying to stab you or she got a bat or some kind of weapon and you need to defend yourself somehow to get out of there. That's the only situation where you're permitted to lay your hands on a woman in that manner. But if you just hit her because you're mad, I'm fucking you up as a man.
Okay.
And I second that. They're both gonna have a face-to-face with all four. Well, all four of us are gonna be right there. We're gonna get down to the bottom of what started this. Like Kamani said, if she attacked him first, then it's just like, it is what it is. I mean, she attacked him with something. Hey, listen, he had to defend himself. Now we all know that homie is not leaving with just that. We all know it, homie. If you tell homie, okay, nah, you're not dealing with my son, you're not touching my son, I'll handle this. Homie didn't come all the way over there for that. Homie really wants to fight. So this is what's really going to happen. Once I tell him it's all over with, he's going to get huffy and puffy. He's not leaving. And then he's going to get beat the fuck down outside his house. And he'll have my 5 minutes with my son because my son will probably be beating him down also. And that's all to it.
You know, this is an interesting case because like you fellas, I totally agree. Never in the history of ever is this nigga gonna touch my son. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Right? So we're gonna have the foursome. We're gonna have the conversation as a unit. Right? Here's the problem. Here's the problem though, guys, is that let's say that this chick hit him, did something, one of the rare few things that we think justifies a nigga hitting a chick and getting out of there, right? Because there's only a few things that a chick can do that can justify a dude hitting her, right? That's
a very small few.
Knife, pot. Matter of fact, don't touch me. How about that? I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, just don't touch me.
Don't touch me, right? So anything outside of that, listen. Can I be honest with y'all, man?
Speak on it.
I'm not. My son's 21. I'm probably not gonna square off with my son. That's probably not gonna happen. We are gonna have a very detailed conversation about what the fuck happened. We're gonna have a very detailed understanding about other choices that could have been made. I sometimes think violence begets violence. That's sometimes what I think, and I think that might be a case here, right? Where he might have seen that whooping somebody's ass gets results, right? And that might be what was going through his head, and so we can kind of clarify why he thought violence was an action here, right? Now, again, if it was a justified action, I'm with you. But if it was an unjustified action and you thought violence was the way, then I failed somewhere in the last 21 years, and I need to fix that. Me beating his ass in that 5 minutes doesn't fix how I failed in the 21 years leading up to that. You see what I'm saying? So there needs to be a little bit more than just me 5 minutes with the son. I don't give a fuck about this dude that came to my crib. All right, now I know what happened. I'll handle things from here. You can beat feet. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll handle things from here. But what I don't want to do is gravitating, multiplying the situation by then wearing my son out. But I don't know if that helps here. You know? Am I wrong for that? You can tell me I'm wrong, bro. I'm open to that criticism.
I mean, I don't think so, because like you said, I do think violence begets violence most times, but at the very least, I'm hemming his ass up. I may not hit him in the face, like I'm not gonna beat him like I beat a nigga in the street, but I'm hemming his ass up because I know for a fact if I had a son, I'm raising him the same way I was raised, and that's that hitting a woman is totally wrong unless in one of those situations where it's like unavoidable, like she has a bat, a knife, or something like that coming at you.
Now, Ivan says, "Why don't you just walk away?"
But if she has a knife on him,
so, and I think that's overrated.
Not much you can do.
Yeah, that's coming at him. Come on, man.
It's hard to do with that.
It's very hard to do.
But at the same time, say it like we were about to get into. Chuck says it's one of those situations where she has a knife or she has a bat. Now, if that comes out in front of the father and he's still trying to, like, nah, you need to handle business with your daughter.
Right.
I was like, that ain't got shit to do with my son.
Yeah.
Like, in that situation, life matters. Get out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
If he had to black her eye to get the fuck out of there and she got a knife, then that's something that you need to talk with her about.
Yeah.
That's real shit. And that's why I think having the four of us together having that conversation, that starts all of this. That's the foundation of all of this. You don't come knocking on my door telling me you need 5 minutes with my son. Go get your daughter. Let's find out what really happened here, and then we can proceed from there.
Now, let me flip it. And now, Chuck, you're going to be the odd man out because you don't have a daughter. Now, Kamani, would you be cool with this guy telling you, "I'll handle my son. Don't worry about it. I got this." I mean, you came all the way over there for your daughter. Will you be cool with that?
I'd be pissed at first, but I mean, what am I gonna do? Like,
I mean, you came all the way over there. You wanted that 5 minutes.
see, it's a loaded question for me because I'm licensed to carry. So if I get in trouble for beating his ass, I lose my license.
Mm-hmm.
So if he says he's gonna handle his son, all right, handle your son, but that's the end of them.
Here's something.
Like, don't your son ain't welcome at my house. If he comes to my house again, I'm beating his ass then.
Let me chime in here, and I can only chime in based on the perspective of my little sister, who's now 21, 22.
Mm-hmm.
And here, you guys, I'm sure, feel this. But it's a case where you are now daddy to the rescue, big brother to the rescue. And if you leave there with no action, how does your daughter or little sister, in my case, look at you moving forward?
Because as a woman, you're her protector.
You're not protecting me, nigga. You went over there and had a conversation. Meanwhile, I'm out here looking like Roy Holmes. You know what I mean? Like that's not. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But she's looking at you like you're her protector. Like you got to do something. Like you walking away is not.
Have to do something.
You know, because then it. You know, she'll probably get that. Well, this is what's gonna happen from now on. Like it's cool, or not. I mean, I feel like you're in a tough position. I mean, and because I know me, we're fighting. I'm not leaving there without a fight. It's not gonna go down. You know, that's just how it is.
You absolutely run the risk of getting your ass whooped by the father and the son.
I'll be back.
See, now you want to go get the Roscoe. Now you want to go get the Roscoe. You see what I'm saying? Like
it gets ugly. It gets ugly.
And how
it
much,
really does.
And how much of this is ego, right? How much of this is pride now, instead of valor, instead of speaking on what's right and wrong. Now this is your ego being bruised.
I'm hip, but that's
That's why that's that last right then and there. In that moment, all right, that's it. Your son stays away from my daughter. I see him there again. That's license for me to beat his ass.
Listen, I see him anywhere. It's on site. That's so I know how that is. It's just not gonna end until I feel like I'm good with the situation. And nah, if I made it all the way over there, yeah, something's going down. So. Hey, that's just what it is.
We're talking about ego, and I've said it a million times on this show before. Like, I think that one of the largest percentages of a man's persona is his ego, right? It's your ego. And if your daughter, if your little sister can't come to you and be like, protect me, nigga, what is you doing out here? You don't deserve the big piece of chicken at dinner. You see what I'm saying? You don't deserve the nice chair in the corner of the living room. You don't deserve a man cave. Because that's your job, B. Like, your job is to protect them, your wife or your daughters, and your sons until they're of age to do so in times of drama. That's your job. I don't know how many more jobs you have outside of that. But that's big on the list. And for you to be like, well, we had a discussion. Nigga, when you get home, your wife's gonna look at you like, what? We didn't even talk about that part.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you look when you get home and your wife said, good, you gave that nigga them hands, I know. And your daughter's like, no, they had a conversation, they worked things out. Oh, and I can't date Tony anymore because daddy and his daddy had an understanding. Nigga. You on the couch for months, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Because you're not fulfilling your main role as a man in the household, man. We talk about head of household all the time. This is part of where that shit steps up.
Yeah.
So how in this scenario, if you go to his door and he's behind the door, other than snatching his ass out, which I'm not putting past me doing, because if I
not in that moment, Pain, right? You're at that anger level where you should be close to that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because I'm not gonna run up in his fucking house, but I'll snatch his ass out of it.
Nah, but like Faye just said a little while ago, you know, if it don't go down that day, oh, believe me, we'll be looking for him anytime, you know, anytime, any place. It's like I said, it's on site. I mean, if I can't get, I mean, first of all, I'm not trying to break too many laws. I'm not about to run up in his house and, you know, I'm not trying to do all that. If he ain't somewhere I can just snatch his ass right there and there, okay, I'll be back. But something definitely is happening.
Yo, Payne and Sammy, can y'all? Someone had a good question where they said violence should not be the first reaction. I can't see who that is, but I'd like to talk about that.
Yeah, I can't see who that is either.
I can't see who it is either.
Well, we appreciate the comment. I think it's a good comment. I can only speak from a man's perspective, right? But there's so much testosterone in this, right? There's a lot of testosterone. This is dripping with testosterone. This is dripping with bravado. This is dripping with mano a mano. Like this is all of that. Yeah, this is my cheese. This is all of that. You dig? This is all of that. And violence not being the first response, it sounds kind of soft. It sounds kind of. Oh, that's my bro. Okay, what up, bro? What up, Josh? It sounds kind of. It's no, well, he didn't have his name up, so I couldn't see.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of. You know what I mean? Like it just sounds like I don't want nothing to do with it. Let's bygone be bygones. I need my daughter or my little sister to be able to know that I can protect them, in times like these. You know what I mean? I can't have them feeling like they have nobody to turn to in cases where they feel threatened or threatened by violence. I can't have that.
Now, see, I have the exact opposite problem. My daughters won't come to me because they know once that switch is flipped, there's no stopping it. So I'm the last person to know about certain shit.
Yeah.
My daughters, my mother, they all tell me last because they know if I black out, it's going to be 10 times worse than what it already is.
Yeah, you're talking my language. I've been there before. I know what that looks like. So then what? What can you do?
I mean, I've tried to work on my temper, but I mean, once I snap. That's just me because it's one of them situations where I'm such an even keel dude 99% of the time that 1% of the time when the switch flips, it's like even I've lost it in the OTL a couple of times on some refs, and Sammy and them are like, "Who the fuck is this guy? This is not Q1." Like, yeah, so it's there. I just try to keep it suppressed because.
Yeah, I try to tell Kamani, be like me, be like me in the OTL. I'm nice, calm, cool, collective. To be like me, like Kamani, man, jeez, his temper's just crazy.
Yeah, but I don't lose it that often. That's the thing.
Nah, I was just joking.
It's an interesting situation. One that I think we'll talk about again when we get the rest of the fellas on. Fellas, that's gonna wrap our hour, fellas. And this is a really good episode. I'm happy we had this. We'll really kind of delve into some of the meat and potatoes of this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? The male ego and your job is protecting the household, and I think there's a lot of good content that came from this show. So I'm happy we did it, man.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Sparring Minds listeners, we celebrated this at the beginning of the show. We're gonna celebrate it again right now. Like we're officially at 1,000 subscribers on our page, and that's incredible for us, man.
Yeah, thank you. Keep subscribing.
Yeah,
keep following.
Grassroots, man. Like we're you know what I mean? Like we're the people, man. So we definitely appreciate that. Let's get out of here, fellas. You know who I am. It's Charles Jones, aka Charlie Hustle, aka Hot Tub Tony, aka the Ace of Spades. Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's your boy DJ Payne, aka Dr. Rock Your Face Off. Also, on a side note, I almost forgot. Big shout to Miss Chic and her calendar. Go get it. The girls in the calendar are hot. And the Sparring Minds logo is on the back, and we should have her on in a couple weeks. I'm still working out the details of that. But also, next week, free samples. We're going to give something away. So
free samples, baby.
Yes, sir.
Nice. And I'm Sam Little. You know, I'm actually last. And I am. Believe me. I mean, you kind of flip past the mirror time. Believe me, I was going to get to the mirror time.
Okay.
I was going to get to the mirror time. Since I didn't, introduce myself in the early going. My name's Sam Little, and today's mirror time is, if you really love yourself, act like yourself. And I'll leave that with you all. Good night. I'm out of here. I got a party to attend.
Baby, we out of here next week, man.
All these damn little ass yelling ass kids in here.